have a lecture today from 9 to 5. So I'm definitely running a little bit behind, but that is nothing out of the usual. We also have our lecture today over tissue integrity. So that is a little bit nerve-wracking. So we'll see how that goes. We usually do our exams first, and then we move on to the new lecture, which is going to be over fluid and electrolytes after everybody finishes their exam. Hopefully it goes well. I don't think that I'll know my grade today. A lot of times they have it muted until everybody has taken the exam, including the students that are virtual this week, and then they will release it. Other than that, there's open lab again tonight, but I don't think that I'm going to be staying for it since I stayed so long yesterday. And I'm pretty comfortable with the IV insertion checkoff that we're going to be doing tomorrow. And I'd rather use that time to study for our dosage calculation exam that we have in the morning, because that's definitely worrying me a lot more than IV insertion is. So that is what we are doing this morning. Rushing, trying to get there on time and see how this exam goes. Alright, so it is lunch. It is 12:07 and we are on lunch until 1 o'clock. We actually got out about 11:30-ish, and so I've already eaten lunch, and I figured I would go ahead and just take advantage of the extra time we have and get my car washed. After the rain yesterday, everybody's car is just ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly. And then probably just find somewhere to park and hang out at the school until it is time to go back in at 1 o'clock. We still don't have our exam grades from this morning, unfortunately, but we're supposed to get them at some point before we leave at 4:30, 5 o'clock today. So that should be nice. And then we will see how it goes. Okay, I look like a hot mess. We've officially reached the time in Texas where it's cold in the morning and you need a sweater, and then by the time you get out of work or school or whatever it is at around 4 o'clock, you are sweating because it's so hot. It is 4:03 and we just got out of lecture. It was a super duper long day. My brain kind of just feels like it's mashed potatoes at the moment. We didn't end up going over our exam or getting our grades yet, which is a little bit disappointing, but it happens. So I'm hoping that we'll get those either later tonight or tomorrow, because it's always the worst kind of anxiety, having to wait and find out what you made on an exam. But no time to be anxious. I now am gonna head home, and we have a Zoom over, it's a dosage calculation review tonight at 7, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then hopefully try and maybe run through our IV insertion checklist a few more times to see how comfortable I am with that again before we check off in the morning. And then I think that's it. We have another exam that she just posted the review for that we're going to be taking on Friday. So I'll probably try and get some of that done. I work Thursday and Friday, so tonight may be my last opportunity to get some full throttle studying done. So should definitely probably take advantage of that. But for now, let's go home and move on to the next thing. Alright, so it is just past 8 o'clock. We just wrapped up our review for our dosage calculation exam tomorrow. And like I mentioned before, we also have our IV insertion checkoff tomorrow, so It is definitely going to be a long day. Definitely feeling all the nerves, but my brain is complete mush at the moment, and I don't think that I'm going to be able to fit anything else in there. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe have an early bedtime, maybe watch TV, read a book, just try and chill a little bit before going to sleep, and I will see you guys in the morning.